Hello, welcome to NFL Weekly. I am Jax Rogan.
I'm Evan Whitney.
And welcome. We're going to be doing game recaps, fantasy, big question decisions, and all that good stuff, and especially our favorite, our own top 10 list. Here we go over the game recaps. First game we got over, Packers 42, Lions 21. All you have to say is the Aaron duo is too good.
Next game, the Bills survived late, beating the Dolphins 31-28.
Then you have the Colts and Vikings. Kirk Cousins troubles as he throws 3 picks and almost gets a safety as he almost gets tackled in the end zone, which shows a great game by the Colts defense.
Next game, the Ravens defeated the Texans. Lamar shines once again. This wasn't really a surprise to anyone, I don't think.
Then you have Cardinals 30, Washington 15. The Kyler Hopkins duo is already good as DeAndre Hopkins already has a league-leading 22 catches through 2 games.
And then we got the Seahawks 35, Patriots 30. A really good Sunday night game. Cam looks good, but can't quite get the win. Russell Wilson throws 5 touchdowns, looks really nice in the win.
Then you have Chiefs-Chargers. Chiefs win 23-20 in overtime. The rookie sensation Justin Herbert looks really good at taking over for Tyrod Taylor. And Patrick Mahomes ultimately seals the game. And Harrison Butker kicks the 58-yarder.
Then we got the Bengals-Browns. Baker Mayfield looked really good. Joe Burrow, 61 pass attempts, but can't come up with a win. Browns get it done.
Then you have the Monday night game that just happened a day ago. Raiders 34, Saints 24. Derek Carr and Dalen Waller shine in a big game against the Saints.
And then we got the Bears and Giants. This was a game. Saquon's injury was a big factor in this game. The Bears improved to 2-0. This game was pretty ugly, but Bears get the win.
And everyone arguably says the game of the week, Cowboys 40, Falcons 39. The Cowboys were down 9 with less than a minute 30 to go, but then a touchdown run by Dak and an onside recovery that Greg Zerlin kicked gets sealed off by a 53-yarder made to win the game 40-39.
Then we got the 49ers 31, Jets 13. This was a win by the 49ers, but they had some injuries that will definitely hurt them in the future. Nick Bosa going down with a torn ACL out for the year. This was a not-so-good win for them.
Then you have Titans 33, Jags 20. Tannehill's passing looks really good this year. He looks very solid overall, and Derrick Henry's keep that train roving over a rebuilding Gardner Minshew Jaguars team.
The Steelers defeated the Broncos 26-21. The big thing in this game was Drew Lock going down. He'll be out a couple weeks with that injury, and the Steelers improved to 2-0, looking pretty nice.
Then you have the Rams versus the Eagles. Carson Wentz looks nothing like his former almost MVP self, as Jared Goff keeps throwing the ball good, and Eagles turn the ball over 3 times as the Rams win 37-19.
So in our next section of NFL Weekly, we're going to be going over different fantasy topics. We'll be going over breakout players, underperformers, and sleepers.
All right, starting the breakout players, we have one of the Aaron duo in Green Bay, Aaron Jones, with a very impressive 45.6 points in a PPR league. That's how we're doing all the scoring, since most fantasy football leagues are like that, as he had a lot of action through the ground and through the passing game, as he had a lot of points, and he really stat up the stat sheet this week with Devontae Adams hurt.
So our next guy is the Buffalo quarterback, Josh Allen, scoring 34.5 points in his second great week of the season so far. He's really looked good running the ball and throwing the ball, and I definitely see him continuing his success.
We have another breakout player, the former NFL MVP, Cam Newton, with almost 35 points. He has 34.6 points, as he had a lot of rushing touchdowns and hit his Patriots weapons, as nobody really expected this out of him, not even me or Evan, to be honest, and I really think that New England is the perfect fit for him.
So our next guy is Dak Prescott, scoring nearly 40 points. This was largely due to his 3 rushing touchdowns and their come-from-behind win against the Falcons. Dak Prescott had a really good game, leading their team for this big victory, and hopefully it gets them back on track with their season.
And now you have Calvin Ridley, the opposing wide receiver to this game, as Calvin Ridley really had a great game, almost scoring 30 points as a wide receiver, as he found the end zone many times and had a lot of pass catches and running. And after last year's breakout season for him, I think Calvin Ridley's in line for another great year after a solid Week 2 game, a really good Week 2 game against a really good Cowboys team.
So now onto our underperformers. Our first guy we're going to put on this list is Saquon Barkley. And this doesn't come as a surprise, as he will be out for the year with a torn ACL. Just scoring 3 points this week. Not a good week for Saquon, and a really bad loss for this Giants team.
Now, a really surprising underperformer was the Falcons' top receiver, Julio Jones, only had 4.4 points, even though the Falcons scored 39 points. I really didn't expect this out of Julio, as he's usually a top receiver in this league, and I just think that we need to see more out of Julio if the Falcons want to win games in the league.
Another guy we have on this list is Will Fuller, who had 0 receptions this game, 0 points, and in a game that they really needed him against the Ravens, a really good team. Nothing for him, and a really big loss for this Texans team starting off the year 0-2.
And now you have a team that won, but their top receiver, T.Y. Hilton, only had 5.8 points. I really didn't expect this. I thought T.Y. with a good deep ball thrower like Phillip Rivers now at quarterback, I thought he would get a lot of touchdowns. I hope this isn't what we expect now from T.Y. Hilton, as he's usually one of the most exciting players in the NFL. But I really think that this is not a good start for T.Y., and I hope he can turn it around next week.
So our final guy, probably one of the top tight ends in fantasy, Mark Andrews, because we all know Lamar loves his tight ends, just scoring just 4 points this week. A really, really underperforming week for him, and I'm sure we'll see better weeks out of him to come.
And now we move on to the sleepers. And there's a lot of good players on this list that we just found out are really hitting their stride this year. Starting off with Deontay Johnson, the new wide receiver 2 for the Pittsburgh Steelers. He has a nice, really good game behind Juju Smith-Schuster as number 1 wide receiver, scoring 23.2 points. The first 2 weeks has looked like a really good weapon, really good sidekick to Juju's show, and I really think that the Steelers can really have a good year with Deontay Johnson being the number 2 receiver.
So our next guy, I don't think really anyone has really heard of this guy yet. James Robinson, the Jacksonville Jaguars running back, scoring 21 points this week. Really good week for him, and a really good pickup, I think, for anyone needing a running back in their fantasy league.
And we have the showstopper himself, the Dallas wide receiver, taking the number from Des Bryant after he left. CeeDee Lamb, the exceptional playmaker from Oklahoma, his rookie year. He's already lighting up the league in his second game. He has 17.5 points. I really think that the deep ball weapon they have with him and other playmakers on the wide receiver core like Amari Cooper and Michael Gallup, I think he's a really good third wheel to this team, and I think Dak Prescott will give him a lot of touches along with Amari Cooper and Michael Gallup.
So our final guy on this list is the Titans tight end Jonnu Smith, having some big plays for them this week, scoring 2 touchdowns, scoring 24.4 points for them. Really good week for him, and he leads their team pretty much, gets the win. Big win for the Titans, big week for Jonnu Smith.
All right, now we have my personal favorite section of the show. We have me and Evan's personal top 10 rankings for the top 10 best teams in the NFL in our opinion. And we're going to start off with my surprise top 10 after seeing that Monday night performance. Give me the Oakland Raiders. I really like the direction they're going. John Gruden and John Mayock have really built a nice offense. Their O-line dominates the game. I really like Derek Carr and Darren Waller's connection, and Henry Ruggs can take it over the top. And let's not forget about that workhorse, Josh Jacobs at running back. At number 9, we have the San Francisco 49ers. I had really had them higher this year, but I really think that the injuries to Mostert and Boska, which we'll get into later, are a big loss, and I don't know if I trust Garoppolo yet. Now at number 8, we got the Buffalo Bills. I think this tough, gritted team with leaders like Tre'Davious White, Josh Allen, and others, I think that they are really well coached by Sean McDermott, and I think that they're quite talented, and I think they could win the AFC East this year. And now we got number 7. I think this is a team that me and Evan both really like, the Arizona Cardinals. I love Kyler Murray and DeAndre Hopkins, and I think an underrated defense led by Chandler Jones And a surprisingly good, coaching job by Cliff Kingsbury really has his team in a good position to compete in the NFC West. And number 6, I know me and Evan really don't agree here, but I got the LA Rams. Give me Sean McVay, Jared Goff, and Crow to really throw the ball, air it out with Cooper Kupp and Robert Woods. And I think their defense, led by Aaron Donald and Jalen Ramsey, is a really talented. And then number 5, give me the Green Bay Packers. I think everyone questioned them for drafting the rookie quarterback from Utah State, Jordan Love, in the first round. But I don't think it's a bad move because they have this good of an offense that can be here for a long time, let Jordan Love develop. And I think that Aaron Rodgers and Aaron Jones, the Aaron duo, even without Devontae Adams, can carry this team. And I think their defense is really underrated. And I think the Packers can be really a force this year. At number 4, I dropped this team from number 3 after seeing how they played without Michael Thomas. Give me the New Orleans Saints. I think Sean Payton has this team going really good. I just think that without Michael Thomas, they're going to be a little run heavy because they don't have the wide receiver options they really usually do. And I think their defense is a little suspect after seeing what Oakland did to them. And I just hope that Michael Thomas can get healthy. Number 3, we got Seattle. I really like Russell Wilson, DK Metcalf, and co. I think Chris Carson's a really underrated back. I know Evan loves him. And I think Jamal Adams in the secondary is the key piece of this team, competing with the 49ers and the Cardinals in the NFC West. Number 2, give me the Ravens. I think this is no question the top 2 for me and Evan. I really like Baltimore. They can run the ball with Dobbins, Gus Edwards, and Mark Ingram. They have really good receivers with Hollywood Brown, Mark Andrews, and I think their defense got way better with drafting guys like Patrick Queen and getting Calais Campbell. And my number 1, we got to go with the defending champs. Give me Kansas City. I love the coaching. I think Patrick Mahomes is really good. Andy Reid really has a good offense set for him. I really like the defense, re-signing Chris Jones, Tyrann Mathieu, and I just think there's playmakers all over the field.
So now on to my personal power rankings top 10. So coming in at number 10 for me and Jax both like this team in the Oakland Raiders. After this Monday night game, Derek Carr looked good. I think John Gruden's got something going in this Raiders team. Josh Jacobs, really good back. I really do like this team. And coming in at number 9, a team that has looked really good these first 2 weeks in the LA Rams. Jared Goff's good quarterback. The Rams defense has looked good. I really do like this team at number 9. Number 8, give me the New England Patriots. Cam Newton, he looked really good Sunday night despite their loss to the Seattle Seahawks. I really like this team. His number 1 wide receiver, Julian Edelman. These two have a really good connection, it seems like. This defense has not looked bad, but they definitely have some improving to do. But I do like this Patriots team, and I think they will definitely be a playoff team. So, number 7, I like the Buffalo Bills. Josh Allen, led by a really good defense in the Bills. Josh Allen's looked really good through the first 2 weeks, putting up big numbers for this team and leading them to a good 2-0 start. Number 6, I like the Green Bay Packers with Aaron Rodgers, Aaron Jones. Devontae Adams is the top receiver in the league. He's looked really good for them. The Packers defense, they're all right, but I still think this Packers team is definitely a top team in the league. Number 5, I like the Arizona Cardinals. I really like this team. I don't know if everyone was expecting this team to be a top team, 2-0 team right now, but Kyler Murray in his sophomore season, I really think he has a tremendous shot to win MVP this year. Him and DeAndre Hopkins are definitely a top quarterback wide receiver duo in this league. Kenyon Drake's good back. I really like this team. Number 4, this team didn't look great Monday night despite having their number 1 wide receiver out with an ankle injury. But they're definitely a top team in this league, and I expect them to be right up there in the NFC Championship and Super Bowl, quite possibly. Number 3, Seattle Seahawks. Russell Wilson is a top quarterback in this league, no question. DK Metcalf, Chris Carson, great offense. Jamal Adams on the defensive side. This is a really good team, and I expect them to make some big noise this year, especially in the playoffs. The top two, it's really a toss-up for me here. I'm gonna put the Chiefs at 2 though, because they didn't look great to me only with a 3-point win against the LA Chargers. Mahomes, he's Mahomes. I mean, definitely a really good quarterback, Hall of Fame quarterback in my eyes. And then coming at number 1, the Baltimore Ravens. Lamar Jackson looks tremendous. This Baltimore Ravens defense is outstanding. A great 3 running back trio with Ingram, Dobbins, and Gus Edwards, and good receivers. Hollywood Brown, great tight end Mark Andrews, who Lamar loves throwing it to. Got the Ravens at 1.
All right, it's probably the viewers' favorite time of the show. It's where me and Evan voice our opinions on the top issues or good things about the NFL. Let's get it started. So let's start with the first topic. Cam Newton has looked really good running the ball so far. Has 122 rushing yards, 4 TDs, 552 passing yards, a tutty, and an interception so far this season. The Patriots are a decent 1-1. He's looked like the old Cam Newton, making good reads. Can he keep this up? I think no way. This is an old Cam Newton. We don't have a running game, and we don't have a good defense here.
Cam Newton, I don't see why there's no way. Like, he's looked really good to me, throwing the ball to Edelman, running the ball, making good reads. This Cam Newton has just looked like.
Who else can you go to? Who else on this New England team can you go to besides Julian Edelman?
I mean, they're not as deep as I'm sure they would hope, but I mean, they got weapons. They got James White, who was out last week. I think with him playing, I think that would have been a little bit of a different game in the 5-point loss, but. I like Cam Newton. Like, he looks good to me.
Now, don't get me wrong. I love Belichick. I think he can coach defense. But I think Tom Brady being God makes this team 5 times worth. I think Tom Brady is underappreciated. I don't know if Bill can keep this up.
No, Tom Brady is just overrated. He's a system quarterback. Wow. He hasn't looked great to me in Tampa Bay, to be honest. I mean, Cam Newton has looked great to me in this offense. And I think, more than anything, this defense is really bringing him down. But Cam Newton in this offense has looked tremendous. Throwing the ball, running the ball, 4 rushing touchdowns. I mean, he's looked good.
I mean, but this is Bill Belichick. I mean, do you think that defense can carry them you have 7 starters sitting out? You think this defense can help with Cam Newton's playing elite defenses?
I mean, Cam Newton, I don't know. I mean, Cam Newton has made really good decisions with the ball, I think. But yeah, with the 7 starters sitting out, yes. But, I mean, rushing the ball, throwing the ball, I like this team and Cam Newton.
You think they could beat Buffalo?
Buffalo's a good team. I think that would be a tremendous matchup. With them losing to 5 to a great Seattle team, I think that would be a really good game. And I think the Patriots could most definitely pull a win off against them.
I don't know. I think we will see when this happens, but we're moving on to the next topic.
So our next topic, Aaron Jones. He's been a force running the ball so far. After his 2 games this year and even after his last year having a 1,000-yard season and 16 touchdowns. But he looks even better to start off this year. Better pass catching, it seems, which is what Aaron Rodgers really needs. With Davante Adams' injury, do you think Aaron Jones can keep this up? Playing the Saints, Bucks, 49ers coming up.
Absolutely. Aaron Rodgers is a bad man. I really like Matt LaFleur's coaching. I think the Saints are a little weak. The Bucks are good, but I don't know how good they can be against a real team, not the Pee-wee Panthers, and the 49ers have so many injuries. I think they can keep this up.
Aaron Jones has looked great to me, but to be honest, I cannot see him putting up the numbers he has over these first 2 weeks. Aaron Jones is a good player, but I don't know. I just can't see him continuing this good season. It's good pass catching, but we'll see.
I think that makes Aaron Jones really unique. He's a back like McCaffrey. He can run for power. He can catch the ball in the outfield. And I don't know. I think I think we can both agree. You think that the Packers have a top five offense in the NFL, right?
Yeah, I agree for sure.
But they don't have Devontae Adams, and they're gonna have to lean on him. I think Aaron Jones is up to the task. Why do you not think Aaron Jones is up to the task as he's shown the last 2 years?
I don't think Aaron Jones is a top 10 running back in this league.
What?
I think Rodgers and Adams are a top quarterback wide receiver duo, but I do not even think Aaron Jones is a top 10 back in this league.
Wow, you got to be kidding me, Evan. I think that Aaron Jones is a force. I think he's always really good in fantasy. I think he's even better in real life. I mean, just seeing the guy, he looks like a fun guy to play with. I think the Packers' O-line is really good with Bakhtiari. But I don't know.
Yeah, I think the Packers' O-line is what gives Aaron Jones his development and scoring.
So you think without the Packers' O-line, Aaron Jones is not good?
Absolutely, and I don't think.
Wow.
Yeah, I think the passing game opens up his running game too. But absolutely, Aaron Jones. I don't think he'll keep this up.
Next debate, we have the Minnesota Vikings, the Purple People Eaters. They've been constant playoff contenders the last 3 to 4 years, but this year is very different to past years. They started 0-2 and not looked good at all. Kirk Cousins has not looked like the old Captain Kirk himself, throwing 3 interceptions, as I said last game, and Sunday's loss to the Colts. Their defense has not looked good with losses like Everson Griffin and co. And they've lost players like that caliber the last few years, even though they're still one of the talented rosters in the National Football League. And it makes people wonder, can they turn it around in such a good division with Chicago and Green Bay?
I think the Vikings are going to be able to turn it around. I really like Kirk Cousins. He's not looked great to start off this year, but I like him. I like Adam Thielen. I like Dalvin Cook. I think Dalvin Cook is a top running back in this league. Very good player. I think the Vikings will be able to turn this around and go for a playoff push in the end.
Evan, my friend, I think we agree for once. I totally agree. I think Minnesota can make a big push. I know me and you both know really well Mike Zimmer is a really good coach, even back to his Cincinnati days. I think Dalvin Cook is really due to just carry his team on his back for a few games. I think just a few games they'll need to tune up, but I really think they can turn it around. What do you think Minnesota has to do to really get the gears going with Dalvin Cook as well?
I think Kirk Cousins needs to play better. I think he's looked really rocky. I think he's definitely missing Stephon Diggs in the passing game. I think the passing game will open it up for Dalvin Cook and this offense, and I think we'll see a big turnaround in this season for them.
I also agree. I think they need to get the rookie from LSU, Justin Jefferson, involved, and I think Irv Smith is really good. I think the second-year guy to Alabama, he's really stud, and Kyle Rudolph is still a good tight end, however old he is. And I just think that this team's due. I don't know anything else to say about that.
Yeah, they beat the Saints last year in a big playoff game. I think they're a good team. I think they'll be right up there in the end. So to end it off, our last discussion, we're going to be talking about the 2-0 Cardinals start to the year and Kyler Murray looking for his sophomore season MVP. The Cardinals seem to be a really good team in this AFC West division with a really good other teams surrounding them. The Kyler Murray DeAndre Hopkins connection seems to be really good and really special, and the Cardinals defense seems like they have been pretty dominant as well.
I really love the Cardinals. I think this is another topic we can weirdly agree on. We're so much agreeing lately. This is weird, but I really believe in Cliff Kingsbury. I never thought I would say those words. Cliff Kingsbury, NFL coach, doing good. But I think that I think it's gone well. I think Kyler was his QB, his guy coming out of college from Texas Tech, coaching Mahomes. And I think Chandler Jones really anchors this defense. I don't know. What else do you think makes Arizona so special, Evan?
Kyler Murray is what makes this team so good. With dual threat Kyler Murray, running the ball, he's looking like Lamar Jackson did last year. I think he's going to put up rushing numbers like he did last year. Throwing the ball with him, DeAndre Hopkins, really good connection. And the defense, Budda Baker, Chandler Jones, they've looked really good to me, and I think this team will definitely make a push. I think they can go deep in the playoffs as well.
I really think Kenyon Drake's the X factor from this team. After trading the Cardinals' beloved David Johnson, how good do you think Kenyon Drake can really make this team go?
I think Kenyon Drake is going to have a good season. open up the run game. I think he's going to make a big impact. I think he's a good possibility of being a 1,000-yard rusher this year, and they're going to need him in the end. This team has the ability to be a really good team this year, and right now I have Kyler Murray as my MVP as of week 2.
I think we're going to have to learn and see. I don't think they've had the meat of their schedule yet, but that's going to do it for Week 1, NFL Week 2 of NFL Tameville Talk. I'm Jax Rogan.
I'm Evan Whitney.
And we're out.